So back on September 22nd of this year, investigators discovered the remains of Susan Morphew, a Colorado mother who went missing more than 3 years ago while she was on a Mother's Day bike ride. Morphew's remains were discovered by law enforcement on that Friday. In a search that was completely unrelated to her case, officials didn't release a whole lot of information about where the remains were discovered or what condition they were in. Morphew was 49. She was reported missing from her home in Salida area of Colorado on May 10th of 2020. Her disappearance was reported by a neighbor, officials said. The mother of two went missing after leaving her home for a bike ride on Mother's Day. Her husband, Barry, was the last person to see the woman alive. Chaffee County law enforcement enlisted the help of Colorado Bureau of Investigation and the FBI to find the missing woman, who was later presumed dead. Other law enforcement agencies also joined the search. Investigators organized several searches and fielded hundreds of tips about Morphew's disappearance. They established a hotline to funnel calls and tips to the case. Morphew's disappearance was captured and captured the attention of an international audience, and her case was featured by the likes of Dr. Oz and Nancy Grace. Barry was charged with first-degree murder nearly 1 year after his wife disappeared, despite law enforcement having no luck finding the woman's remains. Those charges were later dropped. Morphew's remains were found in an area of Moffett, a town only about 100 in the Saguache County, Chaffee County Sheriff's Office had announced. So text messages were obtained by prosecutors that painted a rather rocky marriage, with Morphew referring to her husband as Jekyll and Hyde and telling him that "I'm done" shortly before she was reported missing. Morphew had been having an affair with another man. The Denver Gazette identified Morphew's affair partner as Jeff Liebler, a high school fool. A Denver newspaper reported about the affair when documents containing messages between her and Liebler were unsealed in court back in June. The two communicated through LinkedIn and on WhatsApp. Investigators weren't aware of the affair until months after Morphew's disappearance. "Nobody loves you like the way I do. I crave time with you. I crave the feeling I get when we connect, physically or emotionally. You're my guy, always," Morphew allegedly wrote to Liebler, who also lives in Michigan. So Barry was charged May of 2021 in his wife's death. He was also charged with tampering with evidence and attempting to influence a public servant. Affidavit explained the charges was sealed. The 11th Judicial District Attorney Linda Stanley told USA Today at the time that she wouldn't bring charges unless she was confident. Stanley filed a motion to dismiss the charges in April of 2022. The judge dismissed the case shortly before Barry Morphew's trial was scheduled, after barring prosecutors from using most of their key witnesses at the trial. The case dismissal didn't deter law enforcement. While we are disappointed in the delay of the proceedings, we remain unwavering in our commitment to this investigation and the ultimate prosecution of Mr. Morphew. The sheriff, John Spees, said in a statement at that time, Barry Morphew denied having any involvement in his wife's disappearance, as they all do. When speaking on Good Morning America back in May, the couple's daughter said that they had no doubt their father was innocent. "It was very hurtful to lose your reputation and your integrity," Morphew said. So what's the status of the investigation now? Well, it's still unfolding. No arrests were made as of that Wednesday after her being found. Barry Morphew's case was dismissed without prejudice last year, meaning the prosecutors could pursue those charges again. He filed a $15 million federal lawsuit in May against prosecutors and investigators. The lawsuit alleged officials had a political agenda for locking up Mr. Morphew in response to the media frenzy the prosecutors themselves helped create, said the Associated Press. Morphew's daughter described the years since her disappearance as traumatic. on Good Morning America. So as this case unfolds, I'll try to give you more. I know this was long. I should have probably broken it up. But I just wanted to give you guys the oversight of what I've got so far. And we'll continue on as things unfold.